crypto that can give you the 100x, 1000x, even 10,000x return on your investment in a very shortest period of time compared to others. So over here you can see that this is the path from a pyramid. We have a 4 paths you can choose. If I were you, I definitely would choose the one at the top. So what is at the top is project that is related to public blockchain. What are public blockchain? If you go to CoinMarketCap, those projects at the top of the list, basically they are categorized as public chain or layer 1 blockchain. So their market cap already touched 1.87 trillion US dollar out of 2.35. You hear me right? Only a small portion of the public blockchain is holding the market cap of more than 80-90%. So you tell me, should we focus here or should we focus the one at the bottom? Definitely we should focus at the top, yeah, at the top project that is related to public blockchain. Now, what is public blockchain? So public blockchain is project that is since the very beginning they have their own technology, their own idea. They launch something that's not available in the market. Definitely the first one is Bitcoin, BTC. Price of BTC actually shot up to 42 million times. What investment can give you 42 million times? Ask yourself. No other than crypto. Second, we have Ethereum, ETH, also grew by 16,000 times. 16,000. Your $1 becomes $16,000. What if you have $1,000? You become 16 million. Immediate, you can become a millionaire if you started to join Ethereum since 2015. Next, we have the 3.0 BNB, Binance Exchange as a platform with its public chain called Binance Smart Chain. Also helped BNB to shoot up to 1,365 in 2025, last year. Also grew by 9,100 times. Now, moving forward, what are the projects that can give you this type of return? Definitely, we are looking at BOT. This is a project related to AI. It also has its own public chain called BOT, and it introduced something very unique into the industry, what we call the modular algorithm network. This is called something very new that we introduced to the industry. So take a wild guess, what will be the price of BOT? How many times you can ROI your investment? This is for you to find out. Now, what is this modular algorithm network? This is our powerhouse. We're going to help project owner to launch the project within 30 minutes. That's the fastest. By our one-click protocol. What it means is that we have put everything that you can think of in launching a crypto project in a module, just like you're playing with your Lego. You want to assemble a car, you want the wheel, you just select the wheel and just assemble. So we just do it as simple as that. And that's why whether you are from a technical background or non-technical background, you can launch your project using the BOT chain. Is it safe? Yes, we are safe. We've been certified by CertiK, and the whole thing is going to be secure and robust, and of course stable as well. The second is the AI DID identity protocol, which we will support for AI agent. So AI agent is just like your personal assistant or secretary. You just give an instruction. This AI agent will basically execute whatever task that you give them if you execute based on your command. Third is for the project owner, we have a 50 million fund to be given away to qualified project owner. If you have a very good project, come to us. We have a funding for you. Besides the money, we also provide technology advice, the market expansion opportunity as well. This is from of the 30% of the gas fee will be allocated into this fund just to help the project owner. So what makes a good public chain like BOT chain? Number one, if you want to move into this space, you must have technology. Over here, we have a strong backing from a team formerly from Tron and Tencent, which is the parent company of WeChat, the number one chatting app in China. And they have really completed building up the DEX, the swap, the wallet, the cross-chain bridge, the Explorer. So that's from the technology aspect. From the monetary side, we got the funding, 50 million US dollar from the Next Foundation of Sweden, Alpha Capital from Turkey, and Gemhead as well. So this is the investor side. You need to have core competency for a good bot chain. Over here, BOT has a very strong utility as every transaction that's happening involve a gas fee. So BOT quantity will reduce because of this gas fee. The second is when you're a project owner, you come on board, you need to have certain quantity of BOT to put into your liquidity pool. So this also will help to increase the price of BOT. Next is about stability. In total, BOT will have 150 million unit of BOT, which require 25 years for this whole thing to fully release. How are you going to do this? Through mining. Over here, we have two types of mining. We have the pin or physical mining, and the other one will be post mining, proof of stake mining. Now for physical mining, we allow special mining machine dedicated to mine BOT, and most importantly, we also allow your home devices, your desktop, your laptop, your iPad, your smartphone to mine BOT. So this is marvelous. So initially, we can see that there's a high demand for BOT, especially when you see thousands of projects coming in to launch over the BOT chain. And there's a lot of transaction and locking for your liquidity pool as well. So how are we going to attract the user or project owner to come on board? Is we have these two strategy. The one is through the public domain, whereby we will be listed in the top 10, 20 exchanges. We hire KOL and media coverage. This also will help to drive secondary market into the bot ecosystem. Internally, we also have our own ecosystem called the Cary Pact. CaryPact is our first benchmark ecosystem, whereby we going to attract user or project owner through our community building exercise. Now, let's look at some of the roadmap that we have gone through for BOT chain. In February this year, BOT went to the mainnet, and the basic 5 infrastructure are already completed, and CaryPact is now fully deployed. This is since the 17th of March, fully deployed. Now, for last month, we participated in the Thai Blockchain Week in Hong Kong Global Consensus Conference, and there's 1,000 people turn out, 4,000 to 4,000 international crowd turn out to Hong Kong. And this month, in April, we also participating in some of the major Web3 Carnival and Roadshow. We have two in Hong Kong and one in Korea. And it's myself, we also will release the 5 million ecosystem fund for the qualified project owner. So next month, we'll launch our one click protocol, and that's where project owner can come and play around with our protocol, our backend. And by June, we foresee that 2,000 plus projects will be incubated in BOT chain. In July, we will launch our Supernode recruitment campaign. In August, number of projects will hit 10,000 plus. And millions of community will emerge. And by then, we will hire KOL, key opinion leaders, come on board to speak about BOT chain. September, we'll list in the top tier exchanges like the MEXC, Gate.io, Lbank, XT, OKX, and hopefully Binance as well. So by then, the target price for BOT is $100 US. Now for BOT, it's just like a super highway. It's just like a basic infrastructure. You still need something to run on the highway, which is the vehicle. And therefore, the first vehicle that's going to run on the bot chain is called Cary Pact. So what is Cary Pact doing? It is basically a protocol that involves supercomputing power. So what is supercomputing power? Recently, you can see that a lot of big data center been set up by the Google Cloud, AWS, NVIDIA. They build data center also producing computing power. Then the question is, why you need computing power? Because there's a high demand in the AI, artificial intelligence, for computer to run. So this AI, whether it is a ChatGPT and other large language model, they are very hungry for computing power. So we are in the business of computing power. Over here, we have 210 million tokens, call it CA by short. 10 million of tokens will be allocated for the swap. When you want to swap your CA to BOT, then BOT to your USDT. So that is for that purpose. So the remaining 200 million tokens will be released to the computing power, called hash rate. Every day we will release 40,000 CA. And every 2 years we will reduce this by 10%. Based on the example, you can see that year 1 and 2, 14.6 million per year. Year 3 and 4, 13.14 million per year. Year 5 and 6, 11.8 million per year. So this will continue on for the next 22 years before we can fully mine out the 1,200 million of CA. Now let's look at this 40,000 CA. How are we going to distribute it? Who will get it? Basically, we have 4 parties here. First party is called the passive. Second is called the active. Third is the DAO committee. And the fourth one is foundation. For the passive, we have 60%. That's the largest percentage allocation from the 40,000. Out of it, 42% goes to the passive hash rate output, 16,800 CA. 18% goes to the passive POS or staking output, 7,200 CA. We have to the active, also have 2, 17.5 go to the active hash rate, 7,000 CA. And 17.5 also goes to the active level output, 7,000 CA. 3% goes to the DAO committee, 1,200 CA. And 2% goes to the foundation, 800 CA. Now let's look at the first one. For anyone who want to take part in our program, all you need to do is have a minimum 100 USDT. and there's no upper limit on the amount you can put in. Your every dollar will be equals to 1 hash rate or computing power. Now for the first one, 42% passive mining hash rate. We have 16,800 multiplied by your individual hash rate and divide by the total network hash rate. That will give you the number of unit CA per 1 day. How long are you going to get this? As long as for the next 22 years. So you only do the job once, and you could continue to enjoy the output of CA. Yeah. So over here we have the hash rate compensation. The formula is 1 multiplied by k to the power of n minus 1, whereby k is approximately 1.01 and n is equal to the day since the launch of CA. To make things simple, assuming that you have $1,000 and you are joining this since day one, your computing power will be 1,015. If you join with the same amount on the 100 days later, your computing power will be 4,432. So you are getting 4 times more computing power compared to the person who had joined from day one. What does it mean? It means as a latecomer, we will compensate you in terms of what? Computing power. This is good for project, as this project is going to run for the next 22 years. So if you are building community and network, it's also good news for you, because it's make your life easier when you want to recruit a member under your community. Unlike other projects, they only incentivize the pioneer, the early comers. Yeah, here, any time is the best time to join. Next, let's look at the second part under the passive, which is the staking. Over here, we have 7,200 CA allocation, which will be put into a staking pool together with 2 other sources. The first source will come from the 1.8% when you sell your CA, that's the slippage fee. The second one will come from your active reward for highest ranking like V7, V8, V9, V10. Of course, we are still early, no achievers for those ranking. Those allocated CA will also be put into the staking pool. So when you want to stake into the staking pool, this is optional. The purpose of staking is basically to earn more with the existing amount of CA. So you stake, you're going to earn more CA at the end of the day. And by doing so, you're going to earn daily compounding interest automatically. Maximum interest can go as high as 1%. So you can exit from this staking, then your capital will reach your wallet within 24 hours. That means a T+1 settlement. So after you exit from the staking program, then you want to cash out, then you have to convert your CA to BOT. That's where we charge you a selling slippage fee of 5%. Now out of this 5%, 1.8% will flow back to the staking pool above. That will make the pool getting bigger and bigger. And the balance 3.2% will be shared among the notes holder. So this is the passive side. Now for active side, we have 3 major income. The first one is on your team bonus, which is active hash rate. We have a 7,000 CA allocation over here. So you need to have minimum 2 legs, your stronger leg and your weaker leg. And your weaker leg will only be used for calculation. Therefore, your 7,000 multiplied by your personal weaker leg hash rate divide by the total network weak leg hash rate. that will give you your individual reward in terms of CA. But here you need to fulfill this criteria. Personally, you need to put in 300, no longer 100, you need to top up another 200, and your team of your weaker link must produce 3,000 USDT. That's the first part. Now the second one also have 7,000 CA to be allocated for ranking ranging from V1 to V10. If you achieve the rank of V7 and above, then you will be part of the DAO committee. And for DAO committee, we have a 3% allocation or 1,000 to 200 CA per day. Now, how are you going to qualify this ranking? I will take V7 as an example. To qualify for V7, you need to fulfill two criteria. Number one is your own criteria. Personally, you must invest 5,000 USDT. And your team of your weaker link must produce 5 million USDT. Then only you qualify for V7. So there's a reward of 5%, which is 350 CA to be given away. If you are the only qualifier for V7, then you basically take all the 350 CA. If tomorrow come, you still the only one, then you continue to earn 350, 350, 350 until somebody come or get promoted together with you in V7. Now, let's look at V1. V1 has the highest percentage, 30%, with allocation of 2,100 CA. V2 to V6, 10%, 700 CA, and V7 to V10, 5%, 350 CA. So there's a rough guide for you how much you can earn as a level bonus. You can see that for V7, you can earn per day 12,000 USDT, and your monthly can touch 360,000 USDT. So there's a lot to gain, therefore move up rank faster. Over here, all the level reward here are cumulative. What do you mean by cumulative? For example, for V7, you are not going to get reward for V7 category, but also all the reward for the level that is below you. That is V1, V2, V3, V4, V5, V6. You also got the share of the allocation for that as well. So the higher you go, the lesser people will be there, and the more you will earn. Now let's look at the third one, staking reward. There's some adjustment over here. Here, V1 to V10, you will receive 6% to 30%. Get me right? It starts from 6% and not 30%. From earnings of your downline who are participating in the staking reward. Yeah. So it's good for you to encourage your people, your downline, to stake. As you give you some earnings, the earnings, they will contribute some percentage to you. For example, V1, we have 6% staking reward. V10 is 30% staking reward. So we have a staking period that you and your downline can choose, either 30 days, 90 days, 180 days, or 360 days. Yeah, this is the staking reward. Now the logic behind the price increase of CA and BOT is as follows. For CA, we have this strategy. Number one, whatever amount that we collect from the member, we'll take 10% from there and we'll purchase CA and we'll burn it. Number two, mentioned just now, every 2 years, the output of CA will reduce by 10%, and it will require 22 years for the whole thing to complete the 200 million CA. Number three, the staking. So the reward is so attractive now, up to 30%. many people will be putting their CA to get more CA, and therefore there's less CA in circulation in the market. The price of CA will increase. And number 4, through community building, you're moving up rank from V1 to V10. That will help you, to promote the price of CA, because investors are coming in, so the price of CA will increase. Let's look at BOT now. For BOT, the gas fee, 50% of it will be burnt, and price of BOT will increase. For circulation-wise, we only have 150 million BOT, which require 25 years to release. So the higher demand initially, especially when project owner come aboard to launch a project, and they required a lot of BOT to put into their liquidity pool. As the one number 3, this way they put their BOT into their liquidity pool. This also will help to lock the BOT, and the price of BOT will increase. And of course, the final one, BOT will be listed in the top 10, 20 exchanges. KOL will come on board, and the media coverage will help to promote the BOT as well. Now over here, this is the map, not the updated one, but it will give you a rough idea how we perform. This graph is I think valid 1 month ago. Now you can take this amount and multiply by 2. So we have close to 2,000 operational centers and studios. In Bangkok, we have 1 operational center. We are opening up Hong Kong and Dubai. And very soon we will be opening the 4th one out of China. Will be in somewhere in South America. Most probably Brazil. Let's see. Let's see. That's the official announcement. Now, why we should look into the Carrypact or blockchain is because the IP of Mr. Johnson Chong. He's the brain and founder behind the whole project. He's a prominent figure in the blockchain industry, achieved many achievements since the early days of blockchain. And some of you may have met him personally or online. Second is the technology. We have this modular algorithm network. Our CTO, Mr. Alexander Barbaris, every Tuesday and Friday also talk about the technology. This is something new, one of its kind, that is going to shake the blockchain industry. The technology that we're talking here is to launch a project in 30 minutes. Number 3 is the capital. We have the funding coming from Nix Foundation, Alpha Capital, Gemhead, total at $50 million. Market valuation, we are in the AI category. AI is the hit thing now. The market valuation is definitely the highest. In terms of operations and community, you see this now. We keep on expanding our community and our center in Thailand, Bangkok, in Dubai, in Hong Kong. And most importantly, education is the backbone of this project. And as I'm speaking now, training is being conducted in Thailand, Bangkok, our operation centers. Leaders from every part of the world, as far as Europe, South America, from India, Indonesia, Philippines, Vietnam, in Taiwan, China, is having their training in Bangkok for the whole week. So as a summary, what can we conclude is that if you have missed previous big project like the Ethereum, Solana, BNB, make sure you don't miss this one. As BOT also in the layer 1 blockchain. Remember just now at the top of the pyramid, we are the type of project that can give you 10,000x has been proven by the Ethereum, of course, the Bitcoin for the 2 million X. So we're also in the right timing, right trend at the moment. As we say that we are in the computing power business. Computing power, just like NVIDIA, AWS, Google Cloud, we're dealing with computing power. So computing power, just like those big companies, they spend billions of dollars building data center. Over here, we are not going to spend that money. We allow common people like you and me to generate wealth by using your laptop, your desktop, your iPad, your smartphone to mine BOT. So public chain project like BOT going to empower a lot of project owners. When they come into the ecosystem, they bring along with them the fans, the members. This will generate a lot of traffic. When there's a lot of traffic, a lot of transaction, a lot of BOT will be burned and the price of BOT will increase. Now the question is, when BOT price increase, ask yourself, how many are you holding in your hand? Are you so eager to cash out by selling off all your BOT in 5 days or 5 weeks or 5 months? Then you are all wrong. Here, project like us, we're talking about at least 20 years more, 25 years for BOT, 22 years for CaryPact CA. So at least for the next 5 years, hold it. Has been proven by Ethereum, Solana, BNB. This previous successful project, blockchain, also recorded 10,000x or more, all because they need a time, at least 5 years, to reach to where they are now. Therefore, don't make silly mistake. So this is the poster which started today in Hong Kong. Web3 Festival, we have 3 days. And if you are there in Hong Kong or nearby in Shenzhen or Guangzhou, you can free to drop by. And the next one is in Korea, end of the month, 29th of April in Seoul, Korea. This is the K Consensus Strategy and Investment Capital Expo. Okay, for Korea, make sure you'll be there. Blockchain is going to be there and go there and learn something new. And finally, you can follow us on our social media and our resources